Have you been struggling to cultivate that habit that is required for the achievement of your goal? Maybe for you to achieve that new goal, it's required that you read every day, or you wake up earlier than you used to wake up, or you learn new skills, or even go out daily for some kind of physical exercise. But to your dismay, as you try to keep up with this habit, as you try to cultivate this habit, you keep on dabbling, you keep on postponing actions. And that's why in this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple but important tactics that billionaires apply to cultivate easily those habits that are required for the achievement of their goals. Number 1, make it simple. Just do it for about 2 minutes. Focus on 1% increment, 1% improvement. When you keep on doing it, you will have a compound result. See, the emphasis when you're building a new habit is not on doing it for so long at the first time. It's not on focusing on having giant transformation. No, but focus on going simple. Do it for just 2 minutes. The key is not in the length. The key is to make that habit to become a routine. That habit has to become a part of you. That habit, that new behavior has to first of all be infused into your identity, into who you are. How do I mean? There are things that you normally do. There are things that have become part of you, part of your identity, part of your inner automation, part of who you are, part of your daily routine. That's who you are. That's part of your identity. So the key is to make this habit, first of all, to become part of this routine, to become welcomed by your subconscious brain. And how to do that is to make it simple, make it innovative, go simple. When you're trying to cultivate a new habit, it means you're trying to bring in a behavior that is not part of you. You're trying to bring in a habit that you're not used to doing, something that is outside your normal routine. So you have to go simple. See, because your brain hates change. When you introduce this change the hard way, and that's why maybe your new goal requires that you read every day. And so you started the first day, you read for 1 hour. So you introduce this change in a very hard and boring way, and your brain hates it. And that's why the next day you were not in the mood to pick up that book. You were not in the mood to read because you introduced that new behavior, that new habit, the wrong way. So your brain hates change. When you introduce something that is outside the automation, outside your normal behavior, when you introduce it the wrong way, your brain will lock up. Your brain will send you cortisol that will make you not to be in your right mood, that will make you to procrastinate, that will make you to postpone action. No wonder you're no longer in the mood to pick up that book. No wonder you're no longer in the mood to read, because the first time you read, the first time you did it the wrong way. You focused on having a giant transformation instead of having tiny results. Your brain hates change. Your brain does not like anything that will come towards the automation, anything that will come towards the hemostasis, anything that will come towards the automation that it has created for you. But this same brain also loves innovation. So make that new habit, make that change to be innovative enough. And if you make it to be innovative enough, your brain will buy it. How do I mean? Go simple, make it just 2 minutes. 2 minutes, open that book, read it for 2 minutes, you keep it. Maybe you want to go out for physical exercise. Start simple. Don't go and exercise for 1 hour the first time. If you do it that way, you're preparing the ground for failure. You will surely fail because your brain wouldn't want you to do it again. You introduce that change the wrong way. So, but if you make it innovative, you go out, instead of doing it for 1 hour, you do it just for about 2 minutes and you stop. Wow. So, see, the key here is that you're trying to make it a routine. The emphasis is not about the length, but about the consistency. When you succeed in doing this repeatedly, see, your brain will now automate this behavior and infuse it into the automation that you have already. When you keep on doing something repeatedly, your brain watches you and your brain will say, wow, okay, I've seen that you keep on doing this thing. Let me automate this for you. And your brain will automate it. It will become infused in your identity. So that it will no longer be a label for you to do it the next time because it has become part of you. It's only then that you are permitted now to increase the length of the behavior. behavior. So go simple. And even this book, Atomic Habits of James Clear, supported this concept and dealt elaborately about this concept, emphasizing on tiny results when it comes to building or cultivating new habits. So the emphasis is on tiny results that will in turn compound to giant transformation. So the second point is you have to stack that new habits, stack that behavior with a routine that you already have. What is it that you always do? What is that thing that you must do every day? Let's say the behavior that you're building is about you want to be reading every day, so and for some of you, you have this routine that when you wake up, you must go to your coffee machine and take a coffee that is in your kitchen. So every day you must go. That's part of your morning routine. Okay, you must go to the coffee machine and take your coffee. So take that book and drop it close to your coffee machine, so such that when you go to, you know that you must get to that coffee machine every day when you wake up, when you're in your home. You take that book and drop close to your coffee machine, okay, such that as you take that coffee or while that coffee is boiling or preparing, you pick up that book and read it just for 2 minutes. That is stacking this new behavior with a behavior that you already have. It may not be just coffee. Some of you, maybe when you come back from work, you notice that you go straight to your television or you watch a sports program in your TV. Take that book and put on in the front of your TV so that as you sit down to watch your TV, you see the book. So let that routine become a trigger to this habit, because for a habit to happen, it follows a loop of trigger and then behavior and the reward. So let the trigger of this new habit become something that you already do, a routine that you already have. So it may not be coffee, or your new habit that you're building may not be reading. It may be something else. But my point here is try to find out that thing that you do every day, that thing that has become part of your normal, that thing that has become part of your automation, that thing that has become part of your way of life, that thing that you do every day. Find out one of them, find out one, okay, and then take this new behavior, stack it on it. What do I mean? Bring this new behavior close to it such that when you do that thing, you do the behavior. That's how to stack a habit. It's called habit stacking. So you stack this new behavior, this new habit upon something that you already do, such a way that this new habit, this thing that you already do, this thing that is already part of your routine, will become a trigger, will become the right environment that will prompt you to do that behavior. Remember the first point I said, you go simple, do it for 2 minutes, and then take this new behavior, stack it on something that you already do, something that you already used to doing, so that this thing, this routine will become a trigger to this new behavior, such that this behavior will stack upon that. And this is one of the ways that you can make sure that you are consistent in doing this new behavior or in carrying out this behavior daily. So the third point is reward. You have to give yourself some kind of incentive. You have to reward yourself. Each time you do this behavior, each time you notice that you are able to, carry out this new behavior, this new habits, try to reward yourself. Try to give yourself some kind of incentive, either by speaking some kind words to yourself or giving kudos to yourself. Or you may say, if I read for 5 days, or if I do this habit for 5 days, or if I do this physical exercise for 5 days, I have to take myself to the restaurant, or just reward yourself in a way that you love. Do that thing that you love to do as a kind of reward. See, your brain loves it, when something is rewarding. Just like I said, your brain loves it when something is innovative. So your brain loves it when something it has a reward, when something is rewarding. So the emphasis of these 3 tactics is to make this new behavior to be appealing to your brain, so as your brain to buy this new behavior, so as to be able to automate it, for it to become part of your normal, part of your routine. And when this habit, when this behavior has become your routine, now you can increase the lead. This is how to cultivate a habit. This is how to easily cultivate that new behavior that you want it to become a habit. Because see, that behavior is not yet a habit. For it to become a habit, it has to become part of your new system. It has to become part of your normal. It has to become part of the inner automation that you have. It has to become part of your normal programming, part of your routine. So just a recap of what I said. So the first point, you have to go simple. You have to focus on tiny results. Focus on 1% result, 1% increment, 1% improvement that will compound to giant transformation. Go simple. Do it just for about 2 minutes. And the second point is try to stack that behavior on a routine that you already have, on a behavior that you already do on autopilot. Find out one behavior that has become a routine for you that you must do every day. Take this new behavior and stack it on top of it. And so the third point is try to give yourself some kind of incentive. Reward yourself each time you carry out this behavior. So if you practice these 3 tactics, you find out that cultivating that habit will no longer be a struggle. You will be able to cultivate this habit and make it part of your routine with ease. And so this is what I have brought to you. So if this video is helpful to you, I invite you to subscribe to my channel so as to keep having this kind of videos, and it's also a way to support me to keep on making this kind of videos. And I would want you to also like this video and share these videos to as many as you think may need to see this video. If you want to go deeper on this topic and master how to cultivate those habits that are required for the achievement of your goal, I have my course titled Next Level Success Achievement Masterclass. Is a peak performance combo. Inside this course, so you have my teachings about how to achieve your big goal without stress or procrastination. You also have my teaching about how to eliminate destructive habit and build new habits that are required for the achievement of your goal, and so many teachings about how to become a better version of yourself who can be able to achieve his or her goal without stress or procrastination. So the link is in the description. Check it out if you want to start having right now that next level transformation. Until I come your way next time, keep living in that atmosphere of next level success and happiness. Bye bye.